Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through articles, research notes, all of that good stuff to bring you the core insights on, well, what's trending. Today we're jumping into something that might sound a bit strange at first glance, but stick with us because it says a lot about culture right now. We're talking about the Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that big ape from the 80s arcades.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I first saw Donkey Kong Bonanza popping up, I kind of blinked, Wait, that Donkey Kong? My brain went straight to, like, old school arcades, sticky floors, maybe.
Yeah, definitely brings back memories, or maybe imagined memories for some.
Exactly. But he's clearly not just a memory. So, our mission today, unpack why this classic character is suddenly huge again, and what does that tell us about, internet culture, trends, all that. It's pretty surprising, right? An 80s character blowing up now. So, let's just start at the beginning. For anyone who maybe wasn't around then or just needs a quick refresher, what's the backstory? Where did Donkey Kong even come from?
Yeah, it's pretty foundational stuff in gaming history. Donkey Kong first appeared in arcades, we're talking early 1980s, developed by Nintendo, and it was just massive right away. And what's really fascinating, I think, is that it gave us two huge icons, Donkey Kong himself, obviously, but also the hero, Jumpman, who you probably know better now as Mario.
Wow. Okay, I actually didn't realize Mario started there. That's wild.
Yep. It wasn't just about fun gameplay, though that was there. It had this huge cultural impact. It really helped put Nintendo on the map in the exploding video game scene back then, shaped the whole early gaming era. It's kind of like finding bedrock, It's part of the DNA, a real pioneer.
It really is wild. Ape throws barrels, plumber jumps. Such a simple idea. Kind of puts the evolution of gaming in perspective. Or maybe the core appeal hasn't changed that much.
It's an interesting thought.
But here's the thing that gets me. This isn't just a history lesson. Donkey Kong is, like, alive and kicking right now in 2025. What is driving this current Donkey Kong Bonanza? Why him? Why now?
Right. It's pretty remarkable how he's become this perfect storm almost, a mirror for how digital natives interact with nostalgia and humor. It's not just one thing, it's this specific mix, Retro icon meets modern meme culture, and it sparks this weirdly specific rediscovered nostalgia, even for people who never played the original.
Rediscovered nostalgia. I like that.
Yeah. So a huge piece is TikTok. Donkey Kong memes are absolutely everywhere. He's become this, unlikely meme lord. Then you've got just plain old nostalgia. But like I said, it's interesting because it's not just for the older crowd. Younger generations are finding it, latching onto it, creating their own nostalgia for this past they didn't actually experience. Plus, Nintendo themselves. Any new announcements, stuff from Nintendo Directs about their classic characters, that always sparks interest again.
Sure, keeps the IP fresh.
Exactly. And don't forget speedrunning culture. That community keeps classic games like Donkey Kong constantly in the competitive spotlight, which pulls in new audiences who are just amazed by the skill it takes.
Okay, so it really is a perfect storm. New content, old memories buzzing again, and this, viral internet creativity. But is it just TikTok? Or is this Ape Kingdom?
Yeah.
Spreading across other platforms, too. Where else are we seeing this bonanza? Give us the specifics. Where's the chaos happening online?
Oh, it's definitely chaos, but in a good way. You see Donkey Kong references, all over. Reddit, TikTok, YouTube are probably the big three.
Right.
On TikTok, it's exactly what you'd expect. Short, sharp, often really absurd meme videos made for scrolling, sharing. YouTube gets a bit deeper. You'll find serious video essays on his cultural impact, right alongside insane speedruns and just tons of comedic edits and remixes using the character. And Reddit is often where the memes bubble up or where communities just, geek out about the game, share weird interpretations. It's a mix of genuine love for the game and just using it for these super ironic jokes, hilarious stuff.
All right, okay. So it's less about playing the original game necessarily and more about how he's been kind of adopted, recontextualized for internet humor. And speaking of that humor, the Donkey Kong memes, they feel different, specific. What do they tell us about Gen Z's sense of humor? It's got this very distinct flavor, but I'm still trying to nail down why it works so well.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? What's really striking is how perfectly these memes capture that Gen Z blend. It's like irony, pure absurdism, but also this genuine affection for, let's call it low-res chaos.
Low-res chaos. Explain that.
It's this humor that just thrives on weird combinations, things that make no logical sense, embracing the nonsensical, and Donkey Kong. Simple design, kind of jerky, exaggerated movements. He's the perfect canvas for that. And that low-res low-res part isn't just about the old graphics. It feels like a pushback, against the super slick, perfect influencer aesthetic online.
Oh, okay. I see that.
It's like an embrace of the raw, maybe even slightly broken vibe of early digital stuff. There's a comfort in that imperfection. It feels more authentic, less manufactured maybe. And that resonates with a generation that's pretty wary of things feeling fake. That's why it hits. It feels kind of real.
That low-res chaos idea is really sticking with me. It makes sense with other retro stuff we see popping up. But do you think it's just reacting against the polished online world? Or is there something more fundamental about that comedic style for Gen Z? And why Donkey Kong? What makes him the perfect vessel for that specific feeling? Maybe more than other retro characters. There's got to be more than just, big ape energy.
I think it's probably a bit of both, right? It is partly a reaction, but it's also about accessible creativity, maybe? Like, anyone can grab a pixelated DK image and make something funny or weird with it pretty easily. He's simple, everyone recognizes him, and he's inherently kind of goofy looking, perfect for the ironic distance.
Mm-hmm.
And if we zoom out, connect this to the bigger picture, it really does highlight a few major cultural themes playing out right now. First, yeah, the whole retro gaming comeback is real. People are actively digging into and appreciating these foundational games. Second, it taps right into what some people call comfort culture.
Comfort culture.
Yeah, like in a world that feels pretty overwhelming a lot of the time, there's this strong pull towards things that feel familiar, safe, comforting, things that remind us of simpler times maybe. Even if, like we said, you didn't live through those times yourself, Donkey Kong kind of offers that.
Right, that nostalgic comfort blanket.
Exactly. And third, it really shows how humor itself is evolving into these more chaotic, ironic, absurdist forms. It's like a snapshot of how digital natives process pop culture, playful, often kind of subversive, remixing everything.
So this whole Donkey Kong Bonanza, it's not just some random quirky internet thing. It's actually this really fascinating window into how an 80s arcade character bridges generations, fueled by memes, shared nostalgia, real or invented, and yeah, that very specific, kind of wonderfully chaotic sense of humor.
Yeah.
It tells us a lot about wanting comfort, loving retro stuff, and how digital comedy keeps changing. It's way deeper than just barrels.
Absolutely. And maybe it leaves us with a question to chew on, right? How often are digital trends just constantly recycling and remixing cultural artifacts like this, giving them totally new meanings, new audiences, meanings the original creators could never have even dreamed of? It says a lot about how culture and memory work online. The past is never really past. It's just waiting to be remixed.
Wow, that is a great thought to end on, the past getting remixed. Okay, we have to wrap this deep dive here. Thanks for exploring the surprisingly deep world of the Donkey Kong Bonanza with us. Next time, we're tackling another everyday thing, having a weirdly huge moment. Milk. Yeah, milk. Why is it suddenly everywhere again? You are definitely not going to want to miss that one. Until then, keep watching, keep questioning what's trending around you. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.